Do you ever get the feeling that you're trapped in Groundhog's Day? I mean, wasn't it just last week that we were talking about a terrorist attack in London? Well, what happened today? Today, get up and go have a cup of coffee, get the kids up, get them ready to face the day. So on television, and lo and behold, there's a terrorist attack in St. Petersburg, Russia. Details are sketchy right now. It's a very fluid situation. I want to share with you information that I know that I've found from reliable sources on the internet and on Twitter, bypassing again the corporate media machine to bring you only truth. So what are the facts? The facts are about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, according to the Daily Mail and Russia Today, RT, 2 bombs went off on a Russian subway in the city of St. Petersburg. The bombs were evidently filled with nails to cause as much shrapnel and death and destruction as possible. And as of the time of this recording, there are scores of people who are injured. There are 10 people who are confirmed dead. And among the casualties are children. Why exactly would this happen? Well, let's kind of piece things together. Since the early 2000s, Russia's been fighting the religion of peace, Islamic extremists in the Caucasus, and there is an Islamic group in the Caucasus that calls itself the Emirate of the Caucasus, and they've pledged loyalty to ISIS, and they've also vowed revenge against Russia for Russia's interference with their jihad in Syria. And of course, Russia's been blowing the absolute dog crap out of ISIS for a little over a year now in support of their ally, Bashar al-Assad. Of course, I'm going to provide links for all this down below. Actually, I like to source my stuff, unlike the fake news network, like CNN, you know what I'm talking about. All right, now the details are sketchy. Their eyewitnesses accounts are coming in. There was a guy who was just interviewed on RT. His name is Victor. I'll see if I can find a link. They literally just live streamed it through a Periscope, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to find one. And what he said was that he was on the train, minding his own business. There were 2 massive blasts. The power went out. There were people screaming. There were people crying. There was destruction everywhere. I mean, you can imagine. You're in a metal tube, and you get 2 bombs that go off. It's a pretty grotesque thing to have to go through. I will do a follow-up video to this as soon as I'm able to, as soon as I get some more reliable information. I just wanted to put this out there now to kind of give you folks a heads up about what is going on. And also, I've really got to admit, I'm curious how the social justice warriors on Twitter and Facebook are going to handle this. No, Russia's been the boogeyman since the election. So here's my question. Will the SJWs put filters of Russian flags over their profile pictures and start a hashtag, pray for St. Petersburg, pray for Russia? I wonder. I really do wonder. Frankly, I'm really getting kind of sick and tired of the whole hashtag virtue signaling campaign that they like to do. I'm really getting sick and tired of these attacks happening every single week. I'm just going to go on a rant now. You can turn me off now if you like, or you can listen. Just here's the thing. Whenever there are terrorist attacks like this in the West, the liberals and the SJWs always come out and say, hey, we have to try to understand where they're coming from. We have to understand their point of view. We have to understand all of the injustices that the Western world has done to the Middle East over the last couple of decades. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot. There are there's plenty of grievances to go around. I'll concede that point. But here's the thing. Let me tell you something about the Russians. I've had the pleasure of meeting quite a few of them here in Montana, and they don't share the same flowery devotion to multiculturalism and to diversity as the folks here in the West. See, here, if a train gets blown up, we have to try to get in their head and understand why, and say, what is it that we did to make it happen? We have to apologize, and we have to send them flowers, and we have to virtue signal and make little hashtags and try to understand what it is that we did, what the American people have done to warrant this. I'll tell you something about the Russians. They're not big on the whole diversity cult. If you poke the bear, they're not going to give you a box of chocolates. They're going to give you the bayonet. And I think that's what these bastards are about to figure out.